Yeah.
Hello YouTube and welcome to Abu Dhabi. The Yas Marina circuit is in full effect here. The qualifying session has begun here for the EWRL F1 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix here in Season 3. It's the 9th Grand Prix of our 21 Grand Prix season. Markle still atop of the table with a nice hefty point lead. And we'll wait these drivers to get to work here in qualifying. Tonight, a couple of rookies making debuts. Many things. Fan of the channel finally gets the chance to compete here in qualifying, and it'll be interesting to see how he partakes here in the opening laps of his debut. And Addy is coming here to run some qualifying laps with us. Totally fine. And we'll see if he starts in parks. Marco top of the table right now in points with a 49-point lead over Foursquare. And there's a train of cars coming out of the pit lane now, led by Ben.
I should have stayed. I am running with no assists at all.
If you have any questions on how the game works, Addy, you got 7 people who play this game regularly in here if you want to ask.
Fuck Ben.
I mean, the only new track in this game compared to 2017 is
Paul
French
Richard.
GP. Yeah, Paul Ricard is
Paul
really...
Ricard. If you're not used to racing without assist, I wouldn't recommend it.
Mine is Germany too.
Yeah. I mean, if you can handle it, good for you. You just gotta really be careful with your throttle input. Everybody on the circuit right now.
I want to keep a gap to the person behind me, otherwise...
Of the drivers on the circuit now include Zim, many things, Ben, Octane, Markle, Addy, and Foursquare. Dan, the only driver in the pit lane. So I believe Markle is now the first driver on the track physically. As he comes through turns 19 and 20, he will start his first timed lap. 15 minutes remaining here in qualifying. The Yas Marina circuit has a lot of different features. Long straightaways and tight and technical corners and some long winding corners. This circuit is a lot of fun for many drivers, or not fun for many drivers. Now Dan worked his way to an out lap, and now all 8 drivers on the circuit, 7 of them on timed lap attempts.
That section was horrible.
Oh my god, it's a terrible exit.
Here comes Markle into turn 20 and into the final corner, turn 21. Sporting a new livery this week, not number 41, your point leader by 49 points. Provisional pull at the moment, a 135, 890 on the soft compound. Ben, very low 136 range, a 136.0. Here comes Zim to the start finish line. He'll go third quickest, a 137.0. Now Addy comes to the start finish line. Goes 4th quickest, a 140.9. Many things goes 4th quickest, now a 138.45.7. Foursquare goes 4th quickest, a 137.1. Right now, drivers making their debuts are 5th and 6th on the table out of 6. Octane now goes 5th quickest, a 1:37.4. And Dan on a timed lap attempt now as he's out of the long straightaways, now into the hotel section he goes. Dan goes 3rd quickest, a 1:56.820. Pretty large gaps. Dan, a big moment on his way down to turn 5, spinning in the grass. Dan does get back going, taking out a pylon at the apex of turn 5 for good measure. Ben heads back to the pit lane. Now here comes Markle. Dan still found one. Zim goes around another lap as many things. Foursquare retired to the pit lane after their first attempt. Addy's gone out another lap, a 1:40.3 for Addy. Sat 8th on the table. Octane into the pit lane as well. So Dan on his cooldown lap, Invaders on another attempt, and Addy as well on another attempt.
That like blue.
Don't worry about it. Let's come back to memory. I've only ever competed in one league race before, and I crashed out of it.
Yeah,
Well, a little
Ben,
bit of
apparently
a chance for redemption.
worse in Sector 2. Or better in Sector 2 and worse than the others. I knew Sector 3 was horrible. Yeah, I messed up the first part of Sector 3.
Invader now into the hotel section on a timed lap attempt. Low on fuel, just trying to make it to the start finish line. Up the gears, heading into turn 20. Ben on an out lap. Here comes Zim through turn 21. To the start finish line. Zim looking for more. He goes 3rd quickest, a 1:36.598. Many things on an out lap as well. Addy heading back to the pit lane. Foursquare on an out lap. As we approach the halfway mark in our qualifying session, about 9 minutes remaining here in qualifying and a quarter.
I was gonna say, I don't know how you were gonna go out for an extra lap on that, Invader.
Here comes Octane on an out lap. We're gonna ride on board with Ben when he comes around the final corners. He will give us a hot lap here at the Yas Marina circuit. Sat 2nd on the table, Markle's biggest competition this season. Here we go, riding on board with Ben. All the way to 7th gear at the end of the front stretch. Ben enters this race, this Grand Prix, 3 points behind Foursquare. Foursquare attempting to change the narrative and be Markle's biggest contest at a championship here. But it's still a 49-point gap. Markle's going to need to DNF if these guys want any chance. And Ben's aborted his lap already. We now find Foursquare. Also, let's check in on Many Things making his debut. Right now, sporting the number 13. It's fine. I guess it didn't update. That's fine. Oh, and a big moment out of the hairpin for Many Things. He keeps it under control. We watched Foursquare head into the hotel section.
I think I'm gonna abort this.
Getting the power down to the start finish line. Foursquare. A 1:37.133 does improve on his time. Many Things, a 1:38.4 still. Many Things go straight off in turn 5. Addy on an out lap.
You guys can go. I'm on a cooldown lap.
I got really bad traffic.
Yeah, I'm on a cooldown lap, just so you know.
I've had to abandon 2 laps now. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to go out for another after I box.
With 5.5 minutes remaining here in qualifying.
Okay.
Riding on board with Ben as he
That's
approaches the tail
5:50.
end of his lap. Curse is the
Okay. That should be enough time.
online timer that they never fixed. And Ben to the top of the charts, a 1:35.359 on the sauce compound.
Jeez.
Now Markle looks to top Ben with another attempt later in the session, potentially.
Oh. Got too close to the barrier.
Dan, Invader on an out lap. Foursquare possibly, or
But
Foursquare
that
heading
time,
back to the pit
Ben,
lane.
man, I don't know what to do. That sector 3 is horrible.
No, Foursquare's going on another attempt here. Many Things into the barrier at the end of pit road.
Bruh.
Invader now getting ready for a hot lap. 4.5 minutes in qualifying. Here goes Invader.
Messed that lap up too.
Invader right now sat third, looking for more. The top 4 separated by 1.5 seconds.
It's gonna be a hard race.
Four minutes remaining here in qualifying. Markle still has yet to return to the racetrack. Octane on an out lap. We have Invader, Dan, and Foursquare all on timed lap attempts.
I'm coming in.
And Foursquare will abort his lap. He will not be able to finish his timed lap.
I mean, I did in time trial. I don't know if I can on here. I never usually hit the same thing that I hit in time trial. So, probably not. If I improve my sector 3, maybe.
Here comes many things on an out lap and Markle on an out lap.
I hate this track, so I wanted to
3
practice.
minutes remaining. Invader, he improves on his time, does not improve position-wise at 136.576. Now Dan coming into turn 21. Where does Dan end up on the chart? Right now sat 4th. Goes up to 30, 136.506. Octane on a timed lap now.
Well, basically.
That's what usually kills me for sector 3.
Board with Octane at the end of the second straightaway now. And into the technical section, there's a caution in sector 2.
They were what, like 6/10 off Mercedes in the final
Dan
sector?
is the cause of the yellow along with Invader. And Octane's aborting his lap now.
I hit a curb when I was 5/10 up, so...
Oh. Now you're just trying to cool down what you got, or... No, you're not going for another attempt.
Nope, I'll just take what I got.
Many things out there on another attempt. Dan and Invader nursing their cars now. Invader ready to go. 1 minute remaining here in qualifying. Invader lets her rip. Marco on the time lap attempt. Dan really trying to save what he's got.
It's like
The faster car to go by.
half a second lost.
Here comes Foursquare on the timed lap attempt
Outlet.
that he's starting. Yeah, no, you were on an out lap. You're beginning a timed lap. Dan begins a timed lap as well. Markle wrapping one up as he enters the hotel section. We got Dan, Invader, Foursquare, and many things all on fast laps right now.
Oh,
Markle into the final 2 corners.
oh!
Manything goes around, and Markle improves but does not get the pole. 135.429. Now we wait. Foursquare, Invader, and Dan. Many things crosses the line. He did not improve on his lap time. Octane. Here comes Invader to the start finish line, looking for a lot. Invader's the third quickest at 136.039. Here comes Dan and Foursquare. Foursquare heading to the line now. Foursquare improves but does not improve on his position, and Dan.
Nope, I'm fourth.
Dan will be
I'm
fourth. So, it'll be Ben and Markle, your front row once again. Invader and Dan make up row 2, Foursquare, Octane row 3, and the rookies, round out the rear of the grid, row 4, Many Things and Addy. We take to the Yas Marina circuit in just a few moments. The top 5 separated by 1.5 seconds. The Yas Marina circuit brings a lot of different racing styles to the table. And these drivers are getting ready to take part on their formation laps.
Oh no, I need to get the charger up before. Oh. Oh no.
These drivers on their reconnaissance laps, gridding up and getting ready to take part in their formation laps now. Here we go, it'll be 28 laps around the Yas Marina circuit, but first we've got the all-important formation lap. These 8 drivers all getting off the grid nicely. And we're going to go through our starting lineup. Starting on the pole position, coming into this Grand Prix third in points, 3 points off of second place is Ben. And starting alongside of him is points leader. Marco has a 52-point lead over the person he's starting right beside. Row 3, we've got Invader in the middle of the mix in the points. And Dan, the 2-time series champion, starts 4th. Row 3, Foursquare, the only other driver this season to get a victory besides Ben and Markle. And starting alongside of him, Octane with an impressive start to his F1 career here in EWRL. Very nice debuting Grand Prix, the few he's made since Singapore. Many Things will be making his F1 debut as he starts in row 4 and 7th. And starting alongside of him will be Addy, also making a debut. This will most likely be a shortened debut, a start and park possibly. Kind of getting used to how F1 goes. So now we go to Ben. Ben, go ahead and before we get going here, how important is it for you to get a victory in this race in terms of big picture? Well, that's that. Now the driver is gridding up. Well, there's Ben, starts right before the race. Here we go, the drivers are gridded up, and it's time to bring the action. We've got 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go. Ben trying to clear Marco. Marco pulls all the way up to the left side, or to the right side of the track, right next to Ben. They go side by side through turn 2. Ben just able to clear Marco now. Marco going for the crossover as Ben goes wide, hopping over curbs. Marco going to the race lead. Invader clears to third as Dan now tries to fend off Foursquare for 4th. Here comes Octane up the inside of Foursquare. He goes to 5th. Octane clearing Foursquare now for the 5th position. Many Things now looking to get some slipstream and get into this. Back up front, Ben looking to the inside of Markle, doesn't get there. And a yellow flag in sector 2, there goes Foursquare around.
God damn, I heard it loosely.
And Ben right on the gearbox of Markle. Ben really keeping Markle honest here on the opening lap. Markle with the fastest lap on the opening lap, a 1:43.639.
Don't you want to stay on the track? Holy shit.
A caution in sectors 1 and 2. That's Addy into the barrier. Many things into the 5th position. Octane back to 7th after an amazing start. And Ben to the inside of Markle. Markle fighting hard on that right side. We right on board of Markle. Now he's get the preferred line through the center of the chicane, and now Ben with the gas on the exit. Markle now pulls to the right side. The top two going toe to toe here. Ben clears Markle again. Markle fighting back hard. This is going to allow Invader to get involved. Invader's kind of hoping these two take each other out. It looks like these two will be keeping each other honest all Grand Prix long. Last lap it was Markle leading at the start finish line. This lap it's Ben with the fastest lap. Invader with the fastest lap of 1:41.536. Markle right on the gearbox of Invader. Action in the back as Foursquare up to the 6th position over Octane. Octane into the pit lane. There's a caution behind him. Invader's gone around.
Yeah, that section gets loose a lot.
Octane into the pit lane, Addy into the pit lane, I believe replacing front wings. Many things holding on to 5th, has a chance at Invader. Many things now looking to the left side, they're going 3 wide down the back. Nope, Foursquare falling back behind Many things into the 4th position. Foursquare in the 5th, now Foursquare looking for 4th, and Addy's out. No problem. It's nice to have you kind of get going here. No problem. So that was Addy's debut here. We knew it was going to be short. He will be taking off to compete in another league race later tonight. So Many things right now holding on to the 4th position over Foursquare. Foursquare fighting hard. A 3-car battle for the 4th position. Again, Markle right on the gearbox of Ben.
My tires are gone.
Now Foursquare looking to the left side. They made contact. Many things in Foursquare. Foursquare locks up under braking as Invader goes to 5th.
Go at him. Wait till that back stretch.
My tires are gone because I had a collision on lap 1. And then I have like half a wing, which makes a really bad downforce. Oh, the hairpins and slow corners are the worst.
Many things now kind of pulling away from Foursquare and Invader. Markle's gone to the lead up front. And Ben fighting back to the left side. He looks. Ben trying to clear Markle, and he does so. And Dan trying to return to his championship winning form as his brother and Markle do battle for the top spot here. Many things falls to the 5th position as Foursquare's gone around him. And Many things a big moment off of turn 19. Now trying to hold up Invader. Dan into the pit lane. Octane has a set of softs fitted. Dan now fitting a set of mediums on his way out. Many things trying to hold off Invader and his charges at the 4th position. Foursquare into the 3rd position. Octane with the fastest lap, a 1:41.261 on a fresh set of soft tires. Back up front, Ben over Markle. Remember, 2 weeks ago, these two were battling their hearts out at Interlagos. And now they're doing battle once again at Yas Marina. They will not stop. And man, speaking about not stopping, Many things off the course, trying to stay in the 4th position now. 2 intense battles going on simultaneously. Ben has a huge moment, able to take up all the racetrack and keep Markle at bay. Many things all the way off the racetrack. And now Invader goes to 4th.
The tires are so dead.
The tire wear getting to these drivers. Invader and Many things going toe to toe once again. Invader still holds on to 4th now. Six laps
died.
now.
I almost died right there, but it got fucking
I think it's great that these drivers can battle toe to toe and still talk it out, laugh it out as they battle for a Grand Prix lead and ultimately a Grand Prix victory here. Markle coming for a huge lunge. Gets closer to the gearbox. Oh, that slipstream was going to help him. To the right side goes Markle. Here we go into the chicane. Markle around the outside. Can he clear him? He will. Ben fights back. Markle trying to clear. He will.
Go.
Ben all over the gearbox of Markle.
when you're the lead car, it's hard to go into that one turn.
Oh, I almost hit Invader.
I've almost hit each other a lot.
Damn, there's just
Ben
like...
into the pit lane.
Oh. Same. Yeah, it was you who I had contact with.
Here comes Invader into the pit lane. And a
Oh,
race
geez.
leader, Marco's gone around!
I so...
And Ben is going to get a huge advantage.
Is this what Hamilton means when he says he has no tires?
Bono, my tires.
Oh! He's
And
lost it!
around goes Dan!
He just lost it. He went wide overtaking me, and then the turns like 3 and 4 just were way too loose for him.
So Markle holding on to what he's got now, but he will not be the leader once he pits.
Yeah, Jeff, shut up.
Nope.
Invader right now sat 7th behind Octane. Markle into the pit lane.
Oh gosh, these tires.
Foursquare will go around another lap. Foursquare wants to lead a lap. Will he do so though? Markle leads that time by the start finish line. Ben now pressuring Foursquare. Foursquare with old tires, Ben with fresh tires. Many things into the pit lane. And Ben going to the race lead. Markle comes out 13 seconds behind after spinning. Dan about 4 seconds behind Markle.
I lost out on the pit stop gamble. I should have came in a lap earlier. At least I have grip. I'm already at 1% tire. Just an FYI, someone's breathing in their mic.
Yep. And it's annoying. But
It's fun. I should have copped the steering wheel on Black Friday.
And Ben with the fastest lap, a 1:40.104 on the medium tires. This race playing more and more into his hands as Foursquare stays out another lap. Markle with the faster compound tire.
Ooh, shit.
Octane goes sliding. Gets back going. Everybody finding a little bit of slide.
Fucking Jeff told me I was losing grip and then I spun the next turn.
Such a lonely race back here.
So Ben adding to his lead. Markle closing that gap. The lead for Ben right now is 2 Foursquare. Sat second with 6 lap older tires. And now Markle with the fastest lap, 139.018. That's a whole second faster than Ben's fastest lap. Lead now down to 10.5 seconds. Dan back into the third position. Foursquare coming out of the pit lane now. He'll be behind Invader.
Yeah, I was trying, but I don't think I got that extra lap out of it. I needed one more lap. I think I'm gonna have to do that.
Oh, and a big incident for Octane! Those tires not doing Octane any favors. And now damage to the left side of his front wing. He cannot make the turn.
I'm at 10% tire wear. I've only been out of the pits for like 2 laps. Yeah, I'm going soft. Imagine if they put super softs on this track.
Half a lap.
Wait, they got rid of the super soft tires? What? Oh. Dang. Didn't they introduce the hybrid soft
varying
last
strategies being shown here in Abu Dhabi. Ben pitted from the softs to the mediums. Markle went from softs to the softs. He will have to choose another compound at a later point in this race.
Hit that second shot in his ass.
Oh my god.
Dan fitted the mediums earlier on in the Grand Prix.
What the fuck?
And Octane will fit a set of soft tires on. And a
Did
3-second
1, 2,
time
what?
penalty for Dan.
Oh.
Yeah, they fall off hard in the second set.
So Ben, Dan, Invader, Foursquare on sets of mediums, all pitting at various laps. Markle, Many Things, and Octane all pitting for softs, all pitted on various laps.
I'm just trying to nurse these tires from falling off.
Markle's still closing the gap, not at the same rate he once was, but still under 10 seconds now. As they run now, Ben would take over second place in points and would draw a little closer in Markle's gap at the top of the table. Not by much. I believe it'd be about a 45-point gap the way they are running now. Well, Marco does hold the fastest lap. So that would be a 6-point gap. Or a 6-point gain for Ben, which would make it a 46-point gap for Marco at the top of the table. We're on Grand Prix 9 of 21.
Yeah, time, man.
Oh. And this is every weekend on Sunday. Epic. Sounds like a good time. Have we already been to a Castellet, or am I gonna make, or has that not happened yet? We can always just ask.
We have gone to Japan, Belgium,
Baku,
Mexico, Canada, Baku, Singapore, Germany, Brazil, and we are now at Abu Dhabi. Marco continues to gain on Ben with even older and more treacherous soft tires. At what point is there a trade-off?
I'm not going against her because I know I'm going to wreck it if I do in the first goddamn couple turns.
Marco is 1 win away from tying second on the EWRL all-time wins list. Marco with 25 career EWRL victories.
Got a battle for
What?
third.
Invader to the 3rd position over Dan. That is a battle that has sprung up. Dan now in between Invader and Foursquare.
Not counting this year.
Marco right now tied for 3rd on the F1 all-time wins list. Is 3 off of 2nd and 5 off the top, and then Octane is out. A DNF for Octane. Do we have a safety car?
Oh.
I wish.
We await as Octane's in a very bad spot. He is off the track.
How did he crash? Did he lose the rear of the car? Was it T3?
We will most likely not get a safety car. We will not get a safety car. Dan now in the 4th position, falls to the clutches of Foursquare.
Invader.
Foursquare
Invader's third.
looking to get to the inside of Dan. Dan already fell to the clutches of Invader. Falling to Foursquare.
I didn't hear you say that. So.
Oh,
I know what I'm saying.
Almost lost it at T3.
Dan now under attack from Foursquare, and Foursquare looking for 4th. Side by side as they head down the straightaway. Foursquare with the advantage and it clear for the 4th position. And you hate to see it. 2 Grand Prix in a row where Octane has a decent run. And what happened there, man? I mean,
Tires just instantly started to fall off as soon as I put them on. and just the rear end just hooked around. I just overcorrected.
Yeah, unfortunately that happens at a track where tires degrade in very short amounts of time. Very treacherous conditions, and I'm sure you probably just haven't gotten used to such a high rate of degradation on these tires, and it just kind of caught you out.
Yeah, because I mean, on time trials, I've put in like 20, 30 laps just because I don't like Abu Dhabi, and I haven't wrecked in turn 3 that entire time just because, there's no fall off, and it really shows.
We follow Ben around the circuit now, up to a 10.5 second lead. He's somewhat gained a little bit of the gap he once had over Markle, a little bit, but not enough to show that Markle's really lost touch of those soft tires he's nursing now.
God, is that how slow I am? Like 5 laps in is getting 12-second advantage over me.
And Markle into the pit lane now. Markle's final pit stop of the day coming now. The tires, he will seek to the end to try to catch Ben. He fits a set of mediums. Markle will still come out in somewhat clean air. He will have about 2 seconds ahead of Invader and 10 lap fresher tires. Dan into the pit lane now, replacing a front wing and fitting a new set of mediums. He's down and away. So now, when does Ben pit? What does Ben pit for? Most likely, he'll fit a set of softs when those mediums have been used up. And Ben will take the more cautious route and not worry about tire degradation, in terms of he will give up speed for a more stable and predictable tire compound. Invader into the pit lane now, giving up the podium position of third to teammate Foursquare. Invader fitting a set of mediums.
What's the third? Solid. Okay. Oh.
Many things into the pit lane now. He will fit a set of mediums. A clean front wing though, which is very commendable on an opening Grand Prix debut. Here comes Ben to the pit lane. He will split the last 20 laps of this race in half, pitting for mediums. So now, what we will be watching, he will have 1 lap fresher tires than Markle. The gap Ben holds over Markle now becomes most important here. When Ben gets up to speed, what is the gap? 5 seconds the gap now. Markle can see Ben in front of him. Can he chase him down? 4.7 seconds the gap, and a lap older tires. We're closer to maybe 2 laps older tires. So Ben leads with a 5.3 second lead over Markle. 17.5 seconds off of Ben, we will find Foursquare. 33.5 seconds off of the race leader, we will find Invader. 32.5. 42.5 seconds off the race leader, we will find Dan. He was running very good earlier in the Grand Prix. A couple of mishaps, a couple of slides. He'll find himself back in the 5th position of 6 cars running. And 70.5 seconds back. Many things in his debut, running 6th.
Did someone just retire? Or am I just like...
No, I saw that
No,
on
that
my
was
screen
me.
as well.
Okay, it's just like zoned in. I was like, did somebody retire?
I got a notification about that on my screen as well. I couldn't read it though because it just popped out as fast as it appeared. Oh.
So Marco now losing time to Ben. How hard is Ben driving right now?
Oh, shoot.
Another important thing is who will hold the fastest lap when it's all said and done.
You know, maybe I should go for the fastest lap. I don't have anything to lose. Like, I'm at the back. I'm like half of 30 seconds behind someone. I don't know.
That is definitely a way to look at it. Nothing to lose.
What is Markle's lap? I was a 10th off on the mediums.
I got a 40.9. I don't know if I could make that, but I can
I
try.
had 39.1 on mediums.
I'm on.
And we apologize for that interruption in our broadcast. Ben now opening up his lead to Markle. Markle, will he be settling for second? Foursquare.
You know, on the positive side, at least I haven't been lapped.
Foursquare on the podium. Has about an 11-second advantage on his podium position to his teammate. Many things into the pit lane. Most likely going for a fastest lap point.
Ah, it was a tire. Oh my god.
What the fuck are we listening to?
These are my tires from qualifying. I like how I said at least I haven't been lapped yet. I'm about to be. Yeah. I can get the slipstream. My god, yes. I'll let him through.
I kicked him.
Thank
Thank
you.
I couldn't stand it.
Thank you. I had to mute him.
I wasn't catching you, Ben. I'm like, I'm done.
What was he doing?
You might know actually who that was.
Fucking singing. Music on.
Yeah,
Blast.
he was blasting music or whatever.
That was
Been
the
rapping.
Octane friend.
Very shittily.
I don't care if it's Octade's Ben. He doesn't come in here and do that.
Especially
No, Was
especially
not,
while he's while you're
not-
streaming.
was not defending him in any way.
Just play his ass. Just check his ass.
44.
What happened to me was I broke my front wing passing many things. That's why they caught me so quickly.
Alright, I'm on a hot lap.
So many things, one lap down, but right behind race leader Ben has a chance to get some slipstream, possibly DRS, in attempts to also get the fastest lap.
Oh, that lockup won't help.
See how Ben plays it. Does have a lap car trying to pass him here. He will give way.
Oh, I went too deep on the brakes.
Now how does Ben play it? Gets the DRS, looks to the right side. Taking away the preferred line of many things. Who locks it up, going for the fastest lap, and he'll have to abort it.
I got purple sector 2 though. Let's go. I don't have any other sets. I think I don't have a chance at it now. I can try.
And a caution in sector 3, around goes many things. Into the pit lane he goes.
Well, it was a nice try.
Ben now leads by 11 seconds. He will continue to open a gap over Merkel. Merkel settling for second. No competition, it appears, for Merkel at the moment. Ben trying to tie Merkel in Grand Prix victories this season. Marco's got 4. Ben has 3 at the moment. 4 square with 1. Those are the only 3 drivers to win this season. And those drivers are first, second, and third in the running order. He never sent anything to try to dispute it.
Dang.
Okay. You could have saved the video.
Save
for
You
that.
can always clip it.
Okay.
After almost wrecking, trying to pass the other, yeah, no more.
Yeah. Watch me try to set a fast lap on the mediums. That's not gonna be it. I probably won't get it then. Because that's a full second faster than my time.
Huh?
Did you fall off, Foursquare?
I haven't pitted yet.
Foursquare 15 lap old mediums. Can he hold on? Dan into the pit lane now. He's going for the fastest lap.
I had a 39.1 on the mediums. Let's put this brand new set of softs on.
Foursquare possibly will be under attack by teammate Invader in the coming laps.
Let's see if this pink car can get the fastest lap.
Starting to get interesting here in Abu Dhabi. The race for a Grand Prix victory may end up becoming even more important for the fastest lap, and Markle into the pit lane.
Might as well.
Dan fits a set of softs to go for the fastest lap. Markle has fitted a set of fresh mediums to go for the fastest lap.
Oh no, I just realized I'm getting my old softs. I'm in the pit stop right now. I can't do anything about it. Oh, they're 20% tire wear.
Shut up, Jess.
That'd be actually kind of neat though if we got enough people so each person could have their own race engineer.
And a caution in Sector 2. Many things has gone around.
I just hope he's not in my way.
Oh, is Octane going for it?
No, it's Dan, the one in front of you in position.
Octane has DNF.
Oh, whoops. I read that wrong.
Foursquare and Invader now going toe-to-toe for third. Race leader Ben has pitted and is now coming out of the pit lane with a fresh set of softs. 2 laps remaining here for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and it's become a race for the fastest lap. Dan with a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. That most likely invalidates his lap.
That stupid ass chicane pisses me off.
Foursquare somehow still holding on to third with 8 lap older tires than his teammate behind him. Foursquare, by the way, is on 17 lap old mediums. And now Invader's got him. Invader's going to the podium right now.
I've been lapped by everyone on the grid now.
That did invalidate my lap, but it was a 37.9.
So Ben with an 11.5-second lead. Coming to the white flag. The final lap here in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix has begun. Ben going for the fastest lap. Markle going for the fastest lap to the start finish line now. A 1:37.788. The teammates dueling. Third and fourth right now. Invader holds on to the podium in third. 8 lap fresher tires than his teammate. A 4 score behind him in fourth. Dan trying again for the fastest lap.
I think Ben's got it though.
Here comes Dan through turn 21. Dan will not set the fastest lap. And Ben with a 3-second time penalty. And if that invalidates his lap time, he will not get the fastest lap.
Oh no.
And a caution in sector 2, around goes many things.
His tires are
And
dead.
Ben comes off of turn 21. He will get the fastest lap. A 1:37.593. It did not get invalidated. And wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. It's a double victory for Ben. Markle comes home 9.5 seconds later. Here comes Invader. Half a minute later, he will cross the line and get the podium here in Abu Dhabi. Teammate Foursquare comes home fourth. Tune in next week and you'll see Dan maybe cross the finish line through turns 20 and
What track is
21.
next week?
Dan comes to through turn 21 and he will finish 5th. Many things 1 lap down, working his way through the hotel section now, trying to finish 6th. Next week we'll be heading to Melbourne.
Epic.
Oh boy.
You going to win?
Third. I got third. Shark attack.
And here we go. Look at the podium celebration. Ben upon the top step. Markle with second. Invader with third. How about that? Ben now ties Markle on the season for wins, 4 apiece through 9 Grand Prix. So there's your results. Ben wins this race over Markle. Invader, your top 3. Foursquare Dan round out the top 5. Many Things finishes 1 lap down in 6th. Octane DNFs, he will not be classified. Addy, we knew was going to start in park. He will not be classified. Technically, they're 7th and 8th. We'll get post-race interviews underway in just a moment. Let's make sure our voices are shared. Once you're good to go, Invader, let me know.
I'm here.
Alright, and now we're joined by our 3rd place finisher, Invader. Looks like you and your teammate had pretty much a dead heat between you two. Go ahead and tell me about that. And I mean, I know week in, week out you two are battling for the most part. But this week, the tire age played a huge factor.
Yeah, I did, and I conserved fuel at the beginning of the race to be able to try and come back at anyone who was trying a one-stopper. I knew I wasn't going to be able to doing practice this week, so I knew I was going to have to do 2 stops. The tires just drop off way too much, so I conserved fuel, and I was able to run rich for pretty much the last entire stint on that medium set there. And I knew I was going to catch him. Didn't know when or if it was going to be enough time, though. But, yeah, I got him with a couple laps to go. Always been good battles between myself and my teammate, and I look forward to the next one.
Did you consider going for the fastest lap, as you heard many people were trying there at the end, or were you just kind of focused on getting that podium?
No, I wasn't going to pit unless Foursquare pit. If he would have gone in, then I would have came in as well. But no, I wasn't. I was just mainly focused on trying to get on the podium.
Well, there you go. A nice third place finish for you, Invader. Hopefully to see you a couple steps higher in the coming weeks. And congratulations.
Thank you.
Now we're joined by second place finisher Markle. Still a hefty point lead at top of the table, and even though you finished second, this looked like to be a bad Grand Prix for you. Tell me more.
The tires are ass on the soft tire, and that's when it's fun. That's what the fuck happened. That tire is ass. If I didn't spin, I felt like it would have been closer.
It most likely would have been closer because you and Ben at the beginning of the Grand Prix were nose to tail for almost the entire opening stint. Talk to me about that, kind of picking up right where you left off in Interlagos a couple of weeks back.
The battle was fun. It's just disappointed when he pitted. That's fun. Fucking retarded.
So, I believe your point lead now is 45 over Ben. You're going to Australia. How do you feel about your chances in Melbourne?
That is probably my worst track in this game. So, we'll see how it goes.
It'll be a very interesting turn of events as we head down to the land down under next week. Congratulations on your second place finish.
Thank you.
And now we're joined by our race winner, Ben. How about that race? It looks like you drove that one to perfection. I think you were the only one not to spin today. Go ahead and tell me about your race. That's fair. You almost did not get the fastest lap. As you two proved to be probably the 2 cleanest and the 2 hardest racers there are. Y'all are battling for Grand Prix victories week in, week out against each other on some tough racing tracks. Tell me about the tires from your point of view. I know going in you said the tires were not going to be fun to deal with. You had your own strategy of 2 stoppers splitting the last 20 laps on mediums. Just tell me how the tire life was. Now, Markle kind of challenged that statement by taking that soft tire pretty deep while continuing to gain time. What do you think about that? And were you really trying at that point, or what was that deal? So you're just trying to be cautious and consistent. Alright, well, it paid off. Yep. You and Markle 4 apiece, and you 2 top of the table heading into Melbourne. How do you feel about your chances? It'll be tough. It looks like the top...
That track is probably the most likely one, Ben, for me to DNF. That one corner is ass.
all these drivers, they're fearing about turn number 12 at the Land Down Under. That'll be fun to watch.
I'm
Tune
not.
in next Sunday.
The one that does it perfect.
Tune in next Sunday.
12 and 6, yeah.
6 is... I'm okay with 6 if I were racing.
12 doesn't get me. 6 does.
There's walls on either side of you. So, next week we will definitely see drivers examining the barriers up close. Tune in next week, 7 p.m. Next Sunday for the Australian Grand Prix. It'll be our 10th Grand Prix of the season. And you won't want to miss it. We'll see you next Sunday.